That said, if that does happen, what do you think that would do to race relations in this country?
Well, let me say we're going to win, so it's not going to happen. But I think that, listen, today is actually, I believe, an anniversary in terms of Dr. King, right? And I was just in Selma, and we acknowledged the 59th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. I think it's really important that we as Americans always embrace our history, the parts that we're proud of and the parts that we're not proud of, but that we can't forget. And we should all agree that we should teach history. We should learn history if we're to ever have an accurate idea of
How drunk is she
where
right
we
now?
want to go and where we don't want to go in the
This
future.
is bad.
And
Whew.
that means also acknowledging the importance
All right,
of
tell us
diversity.
more,
It means
Kamala.
acknowledging the importance.
The more you talk, the better it is for
of
us. So keep it
The
going.
fact that everyone should have equal
Tell us about it.
opportunity to compete and equity. And then, of course, inclusion. That,
Whew.
hey, let's look around the room and see.
She's
who's
starting to
not
get those
here, and did we leave the door open?
alcoholic eyes. It's a disease, Kamala. Get some help. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Good to see y'all. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know I did. I had a busy weekend. Members Live Friday. If you're members, that was a good one. I enjoyed it. And classes over the weekend. Now we're back with lots of news going on. Big Swede, number one tonight. Joel Dawson second, and Rum Dog in third. What is going on? Yes, good news on GTI. Look at all these beautiful people here. Yancey, Joe, US1, Oscar, Steve Bernard, Troy Mann on site. What's up? Stony, Adventures, you lost your membership, bro. Honey Badger, what's going on? Chad C. Zachariah, BN Pro, Vince Felice. If I miss you guys, it's not purposeful. I'm sorry. Just lots of people to call out. Toe Cramp, Lockup, Cindy Lou, Ralph Fan, Mario, CD Lamb, we're back. Oh, God. It's not enough. It's not enough. Michael Tucker, Christopher Dollar, Fernando. I have Obama ads on me. Yeah, yeah. Watch them so they have to pay me to talk bad about them. Watch Not Legal's thing today. We'll talk a little bit about it, but he is much better at breaking down what happened. But the judge has ruled in GTI's shareholders' favor and appointed receivership. So he's going to give us more details on that tomorrow, but at noon. But that is massive news. It means GTI is not dead. GTI is not dead, and if we're patient, good things could very well be happening very soon. Chad Yunk and Volkovich. There's a vacuum inside. Here at large. What's up? Trump cabinet's going to be dope. I agree. Thomas Dubois, how you doing, friend? Good to see you, man. How are you feeling today? I know you had some treatment. Lyrical, what's up? GDC, the rumor is they have $50 million to buy. I heard that. Mario, Kamala has so many voice inflections. She only knew when how to use them. Well, she can't decide what accent she wants to use, so she can't remember what she's playing on TV that day. Am I black? Am I Indian? Am I a woman? I don't know. It's so hard when you're a Democrat. You never know what the people want you to be that day. What's up, Vin Man? Roger going to watch Richard when the notification came on? Yeah, he's got a good little 13-minute video, but it comes down to this. Judge granted receivership for GTI, which means he's taking it away from Reichman, Rabari. It is bye-bye from them for now. And it's going to go to an independent counsel party to do what's best for shareholders and get things back on track. It's going to mean audits. They're going to go through the books. It's going to get very, very interesting. So anyways, good stuff. Yeah, Finger was good today. GDC bounced back a little bit for a while. Who knows? Stock market's getting crazy. But you know what else is crazy? Check out this crazy news. So today, just before I came on here, this is about 45 minutes ago, this got released. This letter from Mark Zuckerberg to Jim Jordan based on the investigation into Facebook and Meta by the committee of the House, committee of the Judiciary, and this is wild. Let's go through this real quick because this is unreal. It's unreal. We have the Twitter files, and now we have this admittance from Zuckerberg. I appreciate the committee's interest in content moderation on online platforms. As you're aware, we've produced thousands of documents as part of your investigation. There's a lot to talk about right now. The U.S. government interacts with companies like Meta, and I want to be clear about our position. Our platforms for everybody, blah, 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 blah. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden admin, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire. Ultimately, it was our decision, but I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret not being more outspoken about it. Interesting take by Zuckerberg. What is going on with this guy? Let's skip ahead. In a separate situation, the FBI warned us about a potential Russian disinformation operation about the Biden family in Burisma to lead up to 2020 investigations. Or 2020 election, sorry. That fall, when we saw a New York Post story reporting on corruption allegations involving then Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's family, we sent that story to fact checkers for review, temporarily demoted it while waiting for a reply. It's since been made clear recording was not Russian disinformation. In retrospect, we shouldn't have demoted the story. Well, you did. Damage already done. But here's the big part. This is what's really interesting right here. Apart from content moderation, I want to address contributions I made during the last presidential cycle to support electoral infrastructure. If you guys remember Zuckerbucks, $400 million given to reinforce the election used by the DNC to help get more Democrat votes. The idea here was to make sure local election jurisdictions across the country had resources they need to help people vote safely during global pandemic. I made these contributions through the Chan Zuckerberg initiative. They were designed to be nonpartisan, spread across urban, rural, and suburban communities. Still, despite the analysis I've been showing otherwise, I know some people believe this work benefited one party over the other. My goal is to be neutral and not play a role or even appear to be playing a role, so I don't plan on making similar contributions this cycle. Interesting. CC's Jerry Nadler down here. This is massive. This is huge. You guys understand, those Zuckerbucks are one of the things that helped sway the election last time. Whether they were used legally or not, that doesn't even matter. The point is, that's $400 million targeted money used to rig an election or change an election, and it's gone now. Zuckerberg is saying, I'm out. I'm not playing the game anymore. I want to be. No, this tells me one of two things. A, he is on the tech side of things with Elon, Thiel, all these other tech guys that are going all in on Trump because they are worried about the Kamala Biden administration. Or he's just like worried about his platform, wants to play it safe, and he sees Trump winning. And he doesn't want, this dude has some of the most access to information in the entire world of anybody. And for him to be like, I'm out, it tells me he either doesn't support Harris at all, or number two, he sees that Trump's going to win and he doesn't want to be on the bad side of that. Either way, massive win for America. Massive win for free and fair elections. This is huge. And I can't believe it just came out right before I jumped on, but this is election changing stuff, guys. We are winning. We are winning so hard right now. We're winning so hard. Guys, we're winning so hard. It's crazy. So much is going on. And we're going to talk about tonight how the first polls coming out showing Kamala has got no bump from the DNC. Zero bump. Zero. Hillary Clinton came out of the DNC in 2016, which she lost. She was up 14 points. 14. Kamala can't even get a bigger lead than 3 points in most polls. She's tied in a lot of polls as well. The winning keeps happening. It is beautiful, this momentum we have. We got RFK last week. And now we got another one of my favorite ex-Democrats, Tulsi Gabbard. I was a Democrat for 20 years. Today I endorsed Donald Trump for president. Watch to hear why. I'm not going to play the whole speech, but let's do the quick version, the Spark Notes version.
to the brink of nuclear war than we ever have been before. This is one of the main reasons why I'm committed to doing all that I can to send President Trump back to the White House, where he can once again serve us as our commander-in-chief. Because I am confident that his first task will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war.
Wow. Wow.
We cannot be prosperous unless we are at peace.
Do you guys
and
understand?
We can't live free as long as we have a government
How
that is retaliating
big
against its to the.
This is. We're at the point where literally everybody who is capable of cognitive critical thought is now joining MAGA. All that's left on the other side is the corrupt and the brainwashed. That is it. There's nobody. Even Biden was able to appeal to some moderate free thinker types who still believed in the Democratic Party. Kamala they're done. RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, more and more jumping over. And it's going to continue. Bill Ackman, it's going to continue. But think of what this does to somebody like Joe Rogan. You know Joe Rogan's favorite people are in the whole world? Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. Those are like two of his favorite people. Then you get the number one podcast host in the world jumping over to MAGA. It is massive. We're getting the people that matter. That is so huge. And this is going to wake up so many Democrats who didn't really want to stay in their party, but are like, I can't vote Trump. But now they're seeing a lot of their favorite people leave. The people who were the bold, independent ones. Tulsi's been calling them out since 2020. I mean, she ran as a Democrat, but she ran as an independent thinker Democrat back when they actually had primaries in the Democratic Party. You know, you guys remember that 4 years ago, before today, when the Democrats who believe in democracy don't have democracy anymore? Yeah, they used to have it. I know some of you are younger and you might not remember, but they used to do that. So Tulsi's now on the other side, RFK on the other side. And what's beautiful is I think Tulsi woke up before. She just hadn't done the full-on endorsement yet. But RFK was very anti-Trump even like 6 months to a year ago. And he just went through the process fighting the Democratic Party, and he kept waking up and realizing, oh my God, this is nuts. So I'm telling you, this is, I am stoked to see who else comes here. And now we're getting a bunch of dumb stuff coming out where a bunch of people are seeing RFK go into this Tulsi and they're like, whoa, Trump obviously isn't on the right anymore. He's just running as a leftist. I'm losing. It's all the dumb DeSantis wannabe Republican types who aren't really Republicans or conservatives, but they're looking for every reason. It's psyop type stuff. It's nonsense. Don't pay attention to it. It's dumb. This is a coalition. Trump's not changing. Okay, I mean he's not changing who he is, but what he is doing is bringing in people who can agree on certain areas, and he's going to let them work on those areas. He still be president and everything. So anyways, that's the kind of nonsense we're hearing. But anyways, yeah, Hero at Large says, no more Zuckerbucks. I'm not sure I believe him, right? Listen, I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg at all, but that was a huge admission on his part, guys. Huge admission, and also the fact he's dropping out, making a commitment to not get involved. Listen, we take the wins where we can get them. Thomas, maybe Zuck knows the Dems are going to lose, wants to save $400 million, spend somewhere. Wow, that's true. Yep. Tyson co-hosting what? I see RFK's post on Twitter. No, I'll go look at that in a second. Who would be appointed as GTI receiver? No idea. That's going to be up to the judge and some independent party of some kind. I have no idea what this means. As far as GTI goes, all I know is that it's good for us, the shareholders, because it's going to shake things up. For the rest of that, guys, you're going to have to go not legal. Winged Wolf, serious question. Trump's wedding to Melania, who sat in the traditional place of the groom's parents since Trump's parents had already passed. I don't know. What's the answer, Winged? Ralph Fan, you'll vote until Uncle William. Oh, William is GTICO. That'd be awesome. Rumdog, if Brandon was really pissed at Pelosi to endorse Trump, now could you imagine if Biden endorsed Trump? Jill will never let it happen because they cut a deal. They cut a deal to get him out. Jill probably is banking cash, and she probably gets a cover of GQ next year. And because of that, she was like, okay, that's all I wanted. And now they're going to go stay in Delaware on the beach until he dies. And then she'll go marry somebody else rich. That's what'll happen. Corey, watching with anticipation to see what's going on to happen with NVIDIA. We'll see. Kamala's no commander-in-chief. This is exactly right. What's up, Donna? Hit the like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. She's a commander-in-grief. Kane Fitness says nearly half of all the corporate money being pumped in this year's elections come from crypto. Now that's wild. Interesting. Bill and Hillary. Winged, dude, you're talking about so long ago. That was before Trump knew about Epstein. Okay? That was before. Listen, it's people earn trust, and you can black pill yourself till you're dead and never have hope and never believe anything. I've watched Trump for 8 years fight. I watched him for 4 years do more than any conservative Republican's ever done for the good of the country. Got so much done. I watched the man not give up when he had every right to and go live his billionaire life. I watched him lose billions in doing this when every single other president has made hundreds of millions of dollars being president. I mean, how much more do I have to go on? Trump has proven it time and time again. He went after child sex traffickers in his administration with the strictest, executive order ever. Like, yeah, he used to hang out with the Clintons. He didn't realize how evil they were, but now he does. I mean, I've shown the clips, man, of him calling out Hillary for being an evil person. Listen, you can play your games. You can think that winged, it's fine. But, people change when they learn stuff. That does happen. Look at Tulsi Gabbard. Look at RFK Jr. I mean, people do change. You can have an awakening. And that's what happened with Trump. So, listen, nothing you could show me would convince me otherwise because I know how the story goes. I've researched this extensively. Frank, wish you were American one day to vote for Trump. Oh, man, come on down. NC in the house. What's up, ESK? Stella, do I know anything about crypto platform Trump Jr. set up on Telegram? I know nothing about that. They did set Telegram's founder, Pavel, in prison in France. It's horrible. Check out this headline. Can you feel the New York Times freaking out? Harris has the momentum, but Trump has the edge on what matters most. This is them being terrified. This is about as honest as the New York Times will get, just so you know. But by the way, Harris doesn't have the momentum. Trump, that momentum coming out of the DNC, which wasn't very much because the DNC sucked, and everybody knows it except for CNN and MSNBC. But the DNC sucked, and so coming out of the DNC, there's like this slight momentum just because there was getting that big media push. And then Trump was like, hey RFK, why don't you hey Bobby, why'd you come endorse me on that day right after the DNC? And RFK was like, I can do that, and we'll talk about health and get by through this, and okay, Donald, let's do it. Let's change the momentum of this race. And so they got together Friday, and it just took all that momentum, all that air, and just went and sucked it all out. It was beautiful. So the wind out of their sails just whoosh, gone. And now the New York Times is freaking out. Wing says he's stating the facts. You're right. It is a fact. We should keep our eyes open, Winged. I completely agree with you. I have researched all the Trump stuff. Trust me. I've looked into everything. When the first stuff came out with him on Epstein's plane, I researched like crazy. All the stuff in the background, I researched like crazy. And the truth is you can never find dirt on the guy. You could find pictures with celebrity people, that some of them dark, scary Democrats. You could find all kinds of like pictures and stuff like that, but there was never anything behind the scenes. And the number one thing that always tells me Trump's got to be innocent and all that stuff is the fact that they have tried to destroy his life, and yet they refuse to go down that road. If there was anything there, they would unleash it on him and destroy his life, destroy everything about him. So that's the number one reason I know there's nothing there. Did I hear Ham's call William? It was good today. Alan, most of MAGA is not far right or far left, more common sense. Yes. USA First, Labor. We're constitutionalists. That's what it comes down to. Constitutionalists who believe in the dream and the opportunity of America. Like, speaking of RFK, let's bring up his MAGA post. Because it was just, it's perfect. And this is why I love this guy, because he's just a good dude. Whether, I know he's got a shady past, he's done some dumb stuff, he's had his demons, but the guy loves America and he cares. And he wrote this the other day. What MAGA really means. The phrase troubled liberals who think it's a call to return to America before civil rights, gay rights, and women's rights. But I have a more generous interpretation, one truer to my experience of Donald Trump as he is today. Make America Great Again recalls a nation brimming with vitality, with a can-do spirit, hope, and a belief in itself. It was an America that was beginning to confront its darker shadows, could acknowledge the injustice in its past and present, yet at the same time could celebrate successes. A nation of broad prosperity, the world's most vibrant middle class, and idealistic belief, though not consistently applied, in freedom, justice, and democracy. It was a nation led the world in innovation, productivity, and technology, and it was the healthiest country in the world. I've talked to many Trump supporters. I've talked with his inner circle. I've talked to the man himself. This is the America they want to restore. I couldn't say it better. It is perfect. He does it. Bobby, you did good, Bobby. We're proud of you. I mean, unbelievable. He gets it now that he's on the side and listening. It's amazing to watch these people change and come together to fight. It's, there used to be a day, even when I was growing up in the 90s in California, and mostly liberal still, but liberals and Republicans, like conservatives, we got along, and we knew we both cared, and we just had different interpretations on where to go. There was corruption, but it wasn't as outward as it is today, and it wasn't as put your tent pole down in a tribal thing that it is today. It was something else, where it's like we could listen to each other, and there was always a corruption up top. Don't get me wrong; it was more hidden back then, though. But I could still remember us all believing in America and calling out BS and calling out this non-common sense stuff that was just insane. And that's where we are today, but that's only on one side now. And it's unreal. Stella Epstein role is to get people in provocative situations, get pictures and videos of them, so people taking pictures of them of why he went to parties. 100%. Trump, billionaire, guy shot and still in the race, name another billionaire who gets shot, stay, fight. Yeah, that's a good point. Seen stuff on X about Kamala's mom committing immigration fraud. Yeah, we'll see how far that goes, though. They have a good way of record of covering that stuff up. Yeah, we're all praying for you, Thomas. Of course we are. Straight Cash, you think a finger would be a 1 or 2 day explosion or have a climb within a couple weeks? I think it'll climb slow over a week or so, like GDC, and then have a day or two of blast off. That's what I think it'll be. So there'll be a lead up and then a break, and that's when it'll get nasty. All right, want to talk more winning? Federal court in Texas temporarily blocked Biden-Harris regime's amnesty program for illegal immigrants. And we got right here, court now enters temporary relief. Anyways, they wanted to allow these guys to stay. They're trying to get amnesty through a backwards way, and Texas has shut it down leading into the election. This is going to set up a whole lot of appeals, all kinds of stuff, pushing it back again, shoring up the election temporarily. And on top of that, we had some other big news coming out of Texas, and it is, I thought I had it. Yeah, right here. Governor Abbott announced his removal of 1 million ineligible voters from the voter rolls. 1 million, guys. Look at this. 6,500 non-citizens. 457,000 deceased people. 460,000 on the suspense list. 130,000 voters respond to an address confirmation notice that they have moved. Anyways, guys, if this is in Texas, where Texans have been winning these elections by 5 to 10 points in the red, how much worse is it in these swing states and blue states? Ask yourself that. 1 million people removed from the voter rolls. My God, like how many of those people are voting? 450,000 deceased people. That is wild. absolutely wild. And you know they're not removing that stuff on purpose. But this is a win because this is continuing throughout all the states. They are cleaning up voter rolls thanks to the RNC's pressure on everything. And I just love it. Looking at the electoral map right now, Trump's way out in Nevada, way ahead. And Virginia, they're only polling Kamala about 3 points ahead. But listen, they always poll them ahead. And also, we got Governor Youngkin's executive order to only use paper ballots, which, in my opinion, turns Virginia red. So with Virginia, Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona, which I'm pretty sure we get Arizona, no problem, Trump wins without a single Rust Belt state. Do you guys understand how big a deal that is? That he's got a path to victory. He doesn't need Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania, which, by the way, he's going to win Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. And I think he's going to win Michigan too. But he's going to win those. But he doesn't need them. This is wild. Having Virginia changes everything. With Virginia, he could even afford to lose Arizona. So, guys, it's getting so difficult for them to steal this election. It's getting so difficult for them to pull this off. It's wild. They are freaking out. You got to believe they are just they're crying themselves asleep. I'm telling you, and that's why Kamala's drunk so often, because she knows she's running a suicide campaign right now. Just Mike, you grew up in the Bay Area during the 60s and 70s. Even California liberals are conservative by today's standards. That is 100% true. Being liberal today means you're a Marxist who hates America, and you also think men can get pregnant. So don't forget that part. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy. Beto will never be governor. Bringing up Beto, there is no bigger loser than Beto. He's the ultimate loser. Every time he runs, he loses. He's got a smooth talk about him, but that dude he can't win. Senator, president, governor. He's the biggest loser in the Democratic Party, and it's hilarious because he calls himself Beto, even though he's Irish. I mean, he is such a loser. But yeah, all those deceased in Texas vote Democrat, 100% true. Yeah. Thomas says, he said 2 notifications of fidelity per finger since you hit the $3 one mentioned on Aces Live Friday. Next target's 325, 365. I love that. Anyone here still holding GDC? I sold mine at 950, but I will buy back in if I see more momentum. What makes me think he wins Wisconsin, Pennsylvania? Great question, Eric. Let's go look at the polls here. All right. So Wisconsin is notoriously the worst polled state in the nation as a swing state. As you can see here, okay, in 2016, Hillary had an 11.5 point lead and lost it. All right. Biden's was he had a 3.5 point lead and he won by, I think, 0.3%. So less than 1% win for Biden in Wisconsin. So even when they got closer, that was a 3.5 point lead. Wisconsin basically disappeared. Over 3 point lead, disappeared. And Biden barely won it. Clinton, 11.5 point lead and lost it. So Wisconsin is notorious for being one of the worst polled states, always trending extra blue. And she's only ahead by 1 in Wisconsin. This is not enough. So that's why Trump wins Wisconsin. Pennsylvania, I mean, I'll just outright tell you, Pennsylvania is trending red by multiple. I mean, most polls have Trump ahead in Pennsylvania, and it's only growing. The voter registration is trending Republican over Democrat way more than it used to be. And as they've gained like 150,000 Republican voters since 2020. In 2020, Trump was up, 400,000 votes in Pennsylvania before that 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. drop? Something crazy like that. And Pennsylvania's actually put in some laws that make it harder to pull that off again. On top of that, the RNC is breathing down their necks with lawsuit after lawsuit to clean up their voter rolls, all kinds of stuff. So with all that said, I mean, check it out. Clinton lost Pennsylvania and was ahead 9 points. Biden barely, won Pennsylvania, up 5.5 points. There's just not enough votes to steal this if they want to. They just can't pull it off. It is far too far. He's far too far ahead. So just telling you, that's why, Eric, I think that'll happen. Left is going to bawl their eyes out about the Electoral College not being fair. They already are. They already are. The losers are already preparing themselves for the loss. Let me show you guys. This started, it was yesterday or today. This started trending. It's that time of year where people on the internet have no understanding of Electoral College and also demand we abolish it. This was trending, okay, just yesterday. Let's see, that's June. Yeah, see. Electoral College of Kamala Harris arrested the CEO of Ticketmaster Live Nation. There's just a lot of stuff going on. It's starting to trend again because they're freaking out about it. The best is to go to the latest because that's where all the people start freaking out. This is where you can see the regular people freaking out about the Electoral College. But you see, abolish Electoral College. This all started trending. I saw it this morning. So that's how you know they are in freakout zone. And as well they should be. Because I'm telling you right now, this Electoral College, so with no toss-ups right now, they have Trump, Vance winning. With no toss-up states. All right. If you go to toss-up states, Trump's still in the lead. But even in this map right here, they're giving Trump Pennsylvania. They're not giving him Virginia, and they're not giving him Wisconsin or Michigan. If I think Trump's going to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. And I think there's an outside chance, very outside, but it's there. I think there's a chance he flips Minnesota for the first time since 1972. Just saying. I think it could go that way. So, down ticket votes matter more. Dems suing Georgia new election rule. That won't work. Wicked, when I say they're freaking out, change it to corruption's freaking out. Good point. Winged Wolf, I think you're right about Wisconsin's former slave on the Illinois plantation, now Wisconsin resident. At least in your country, Trump is leading substantially. There you go, Wisconsin, baby. Am I familiar with the stock Archer Aviation? I've heard of it. I don't know much about it, though. Your dear Uncle Pete voted for Biden in 2020. That would have never happened if he was still alive. Liberal Houston has HIV cases rapidly rising. Oh, my God. Milwaukee, Madison, Greenway go to Kamala. They will, yeah. Green Bay, yeah. Sad. Yeah, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Listen, love you guys. Appreciate it. My channel's often shadow banned. I get demonetized all the time because I talk about this stuff that a lot of people will talk about, but only the big channels seem to get away with. And for some reason, they don't like spreading my stuff out there. So if you guys don't mind, the likes, they do help. Listen, if you guys love Vivek, check it out. If Trump and Vance win, Vivek is going to be senator in Ohio. And that will be awesome. Can you imagine Senator Vivek? This, in my opinion, is the perfect place for Vivek to start getting that momentum on his political career. Remember, Vivek's young. He's like 37 years old, maybe younger, maybe 36. He gets this. He starts building up as a senator, and we get Vivek for a long time. Senator Ohio, builds up his career, and then maybe 12 years, 15 years, runs for president. I mean, have to be 16 years, sorry. 12, 16 years, who knows? But I'm telling you, Vivek has a long career in the conservative MAGA movement party if he gets planted in the right positions. And this, believe it or not, is more valuable than a cabinet position. because once you're a senator and people love you, you can be there for 20, 30, 40 Joe Biden years. So Nancy Pelosi years. And that's what we want. I mean, as long as they're not going to do, term limits, we might as well get people in there that are on our side as long as possible. He would be like having a Rand Paul in there as well, and that would just be killer. Oprah sucks. Oprah does suck. AC, can't wait for when YouTube stops monetizing you all of a sudden because Zuck the lizard boy stops supporting the Well, YouTube's owned by Google, and as far as I know, if Meta's not getting involved, Google sure is, because they've been boosting Kamala's stuff like crazy. Google they don't care if Trump wins. They are full on, we believe we're God, and we're going to try to win this election for Kamala Harris. That's what Google's up to. So they will completely keep demonetizing me and attacking my channel as much as they can. And, it sucks, but it's worth it. Scott Adams, everyone who escaped communism likes Trump. It is so true. Trump at a Vietnamese restaurant, and this is great. It's so true. The Cubans love Trump. The Venezuelans love Trump. The Vietnamese love Trump. They all, if they know what communism is, they vote Trump. And they see it better than anybody else. How about Senator Ace? Listen, if I ever feel I'm called to run for office, I would in the future, maybe once my kids are grown, but I really don't want to unless I feel like it's something like call from God. When Joe Biden said God has to tell him to get out of the race, and then Nancy Pelosi told him he got out? No, I need the real God to tell me to get out, or get in. But I would do it, but it's much more fun. It's much more fun making fun of these people and exposing them than that is being one of them. Lizard Boy's sister's on the board for YouTube. Oh, really? The Lizard Boy. I like that. That's funny. Here we go. And I was showing you guys worst case scenario for Kamala, Clinton up 14 points after the DNC. Kamala didn't gain in the polls and lost ground in several. And here you go right here. Scott Rasmussen's RMG research, not Rasmussen polls. He's independent, RMG. But this was Harris and Trump are now tied in his polls. He had Harris up 2 or 3 points before. And this down here, he's still pulling Kennedy in the race. So when Kennedy's out, Trump will get even more of a bump. Just you wait. It's these polls for Kennedy joining haven't come out yet. See, this ended the 22nd. Kennedy endorsed on the 23rd. So it'll be the next rounds of polls that are done through the 23rd to the 26th. Those polls, those are the ones that will show the Kennedy bump. And the Kennedy bump, first of all, though, this is supposed to be the DNC bump poll. No bump. Okay, went backwards. And the Kennedy bump is coming for Trump. So, and this is even before Kennedy. This is so great. This is so great. Again, right here, this is Echelon Insights. Harris and Trump tied. Okay. And you see with Kennedy involved, they did poll with Kennedy and he got a Kennedy bump. By the way, we already know these are skewing left. Harris was up 2. They take Kennedy out. Trump now tied. All right. And I'm telling you, it's even more than that. This is just what they're showing. But the fact that she got nothing out of the DNC, her stock is, it is plunging. Nobody, they are panicking and they're doing all kinds of panic moves. Like right here, they're trying to change the debate rules for the ABC debate on September 10th that Trump originally agreed to, but now they're changing the rules and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to do it, which good for him because Kamala's already backed out of the Fox News debate he challenged her to. So they can't pull the he's scared card anymore. They're going to try, but nobody's going to believe it. This is funny. So we agree to the original terms of debate? Okay, I agree. Cool. Debate about debates is over. 2 weeks later. Actually, we want to change the rules. Why are you so afraid to debate? That's exactly how they pull this nonsense. And this is what they're asking for. Seated debate with notes. This is like the babies, we're in 7th grade debate. seated. So they're both going to sit down and have notes. This tells you how stupid Kamala is. She's clever. Don't get me wrong. You don't get as far as she got in her life without being clever. We know how she did it. It's, not ethical or respectful, but it's clever. And you get to where she's at. But the point is she's not smart. And with notes is the big tell right here. This tells me, why would they ask for this? What do you think? Kamala can't remember her policy details. That's all there is to it. She stumbles and fumbles. She gets lost. It's hard. Listen, it's hard when you're drunk all the time. You get stuck. You get a fog, you get a haze, or so I've heard. And, the hardest part when you're drunk all the time is being sober. And this is what happens to Kamala. So she needs her notes. But unreal. I mean, just unreal. How do you do this? I mean, and seated. Nobody wants to watch people debate while they're seated. It's so crazy. Mantan, most Viet people vote Trump. You're Vietnamese, everyone not blind. I love it, Mantan. Thanks for telling me. Think Stein will drop out and endorse Trump? That would be world changing. Stein's Green Party. That's super lib. That'd be crazy. She can't stand up and read notes. She clever hawk too. That's right. Does she get crayons? Yeah. Notes means she's given all the questions prior. Well, that's part 2, which Trump called her out on that. In fact, let's see if I can pull up his post.
Debate. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate. She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate. But when I looked at the hostility during the weekend, you watch it this week with George Slopadopoulos, and the Vietnamese didn't get that one. You got it.
George Slopadopoulos.
If you didn't get it, I couldn't endorse it. But no, we want to have fairness. We have to bring fairness back to the country. And we have to have a president. We are the closest to World War III, I believe, that we've ever been. So
funny. She doesn't want to debate. She's not a good debater. Also, he posted this, though, which I just loved if I could find it, about the debate. Where was it? Maybe it's not on here. Maybe he posted on Truth. But anyways, he called out getting the notes, getting the questions ahead of time. And he said like Hillary got from Donna Brazil in 2016, which I just thought was brilliant. So good. Wonder what Kamala drinks. Oh, she's drinking that hard stuff. She looks to me like a vodka martini girl. Not because she's classy, but because it gets her hammered and it looks classy. She's not classy enough for like gin martinis, so it's vodka martini all day, and she just hammering it. Wicked, the only reason people are voting for Kamala is they found someone dumber than that. Brett, Kamala has violated the Costanza rule. She doesn't believe her lies. Oh, that calls for a quote here. We need some Georgie, especially because Mike loves him so much, and that's we need to do this for Mike, who just loves George, thinks he's the funniest guy ever.
Just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Beat that lie detector test. She calls for surrogates in debate. I bet that's going. Chardonnay through a straw. Well, it's probably that, she gets the vodka to get her going, and then she sips the rest of the night on that box wine. I told you guys. That's what she's doing. Her notes say hawk to her. She'll be out of it during the debate. You guys are funny. Mad Dog 2020. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Mad Dog. I wonder if she gets into the silver bullet too, a little malt beverage, because that would help her feel like, like she's part of the hood. Get some King Cobra, play some Edward 40 hands with Kamala. I bet that's how it happens. Yep. How dare you, just Mike? Get out of here. Hey guys, we're at 93 likes with 250 watching. We can do better. I believe in you guys. I believe we could get to 150 likes. So if you appreciate the content, if you like learning about what's going on, laughing sometimes about it, seeing why we're winning, and always, always, always seeing why we have hope and why things can get better if we don't give up, give it a like, please. Like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and share. Please share if you find other people that might get something out of my show. I put a lot of time into this show and love this community. It's the best community on the internet. You will learn just as much from the comments in this community as you will watching me, trust me, or maybe even more. So best community on the internet. I hope you guys want to join, be a part of it. It is awesome to be a part of this and do this every night. Okay, let's keep going here. What was I going to pull up next here? And yeah, this is interesting. Okay. So under pressure to defend Kamala Harris's grocery price gouging plan, some Democrat lawmakers delivering a quiet message to anxious allies: don't worry about the details. It's never going to pass Congress. Interesting. So you see behind the scenes, Democrats are already trying to say, like, we're not going to do these things because it's scaring away business owners. Really see no such bill has any chance of passing Congress anytime soon, even if Democrats win the White House and Congress, according to 6 Democratic lawmakers. They're already making excuses for her, which means they think she's crazy. And this is why they don't want her out there taking interviews and stuff, and they don't want to put policy positions up. And this comes from Politico, which Politico is a far left rag. But if Politico is admitting it, this is them telling Kamala, chill out. You're saying some dumb stuff. You're really saying some dumb stuff. So calm down. You like the ads of Trump using Harris and Obama's own words against him, right? Brett says a malt beer would be the Country Club or the Crooked Eye. Oh, God. Box wine packages. Ew. Rum Dog, will there be a Vegas-style cocktail girl walking the stage? You guys are hilarious. Thunderbird? Oh, Lord. I forgot about that. Colt 45? Oh. Want to see how she passed the bar? Well, I'm telling you, that professor, he got a ringing endorsement. A ringer, you know what I mean? Brett Montgomery, St. Ides, a crooked kind of beer, malt liquor, script paint off an airplane. Oh, God. Yeah. Saturday Night Live skits. Oh, yeah, Winged. That's a great Cold Cock 45. Yep. Debate by contact. Winter's coming. She pounds Jägermeister. Oh, my dad used to drink Jägermeister. That stuff is just rough. That is so rough. All right. Just got a couple other things I want to go through tonight before the end, which, oh, yeah. Just wanted to share this. Here's Kamala Harris' early career. Montel being a side girl, Montel. I'll suck your head dry. You won't even have hair anymore. That was terrible. I can't believe I just said that. Tulsi serving her country. So there's a big difference right there. Harris would have DDT or on debate or be totally wasted. Yeah. JD whiskey. I start gulping. You don't like when I drink my water? Hold on. Oh, it was delicious. Where'd he go, by the way? He didn't like my my drinking water while I do this stuff. Last thing here I want to just go over is on the economy, and then we'll open it up. But I just saw this great post today. But again, we know history or rate cuts are coming now. Okay. Powell said it's time to turn the direction of our policy, which means rate cuts are September. The only way they're not coming in September is if inflation comes in roaring hot in this month's PCE and core PCE report. Okay, so if that happens, if it comes in roaring hot, they'll push off rate cuts. If it is just level, kind of like it's been, slowly creeping down, we're getting rate cuts in September. Rate cuts are not good for an economy that's in a bad place. They are not. They are supposed to be stimulatory for a poor economy. Last time we got rate cuts was in 2007, and you guys know what happened the next year. It is, and we're in a worse position than we were in 2007. Way worse. This economy is so much worse than things were in '07. In '07, things were great except for the bonds going on with the housing behind the scenes, but they were still propping it up. But there were nowhere near as many signs the economy was in a bad place in '07 as there are now, including employment was still doing pretty well under Bush. Employment now, they are revising the numbers down 800,000 last month, okay, over the course of the last year. 800,000 revised, 12 of the last 14 jobs reports down, and unemployment is up almost a full point from where it was a year ago. This is a crashing economy, but it's just been in slow motion. The rate cuts are coming to try and stimulate that. The stock market loves it for now, but it's going to turn around. And this is history proving the Fed pivot isn't bullish. It's all fun and games until the market drops 58%. And here is history of cuts. And I've shown you guys this stuff before, but it's always worth reminding you, because what have we been seeing in our stocks, guys? We've been seeing some renewed vigor. By the way, it looks like futures are all down tomorrow. That's interesting. Get off here. So all of our stocks have been pretty awesome lately for the most part, especially Finger and GDC. After hours unchanged. DJT's been getting crushed, but that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I've been looking for DJT to get around 20 and under so I can buy in more. I want to get a great deal on DJT because I think it's going to be a monster. But after all that GDC money went, it's coming over to Finger. It's pretty obvious because Finger's been soaring lately. ZJYL got crushed today from a high run it went on, but we're hearing something on October for that. And then we know GTII, with this receivership, that should come back around. But the main thing I'm looking at right now, guys, is GDC, Finger, DJT, and ZJYL. Okay, these four in the middle. I am very excited for where all these could be headed, because if the market starts turning with all this positive momentum coming into this, all this money coming in, watch out, the volatility is going to get nuts. And that's going to be very good for short squeezes. It's black velvet like her hands. Talking about Montel. Tulsi was the best debater on the 2020 stage, Donna. You're absolutely right. And she's been coaching, or not coaching, but she's been standing in with Trump to get him ready. PBR girl. OA, what's up? Couldn't believe William today saying he thinks Kamala will win. Listen, I love William. William and I are friends. I really respect the man. I think he's a brilliant man. We have a lot of disagreements, and one of the areas we disagree in is he is not as positive on our political situation as I am, because I know how dire it could be. I know where things could be going, but I have a couple things that change my perspective for me. Number one is faith. I just have faith. I do, and I believe God is working to save our country, and we're not going down to communism. I just truly believe that with all my heart. Number two is the data. The data proves that Trump is way ahead of where he was in 2016 when he beat Hillary. And he's way ahead in 2020 when he basically beat Biden. Okay? By, you guys know. I don't want to go too far into it because I'm on YouTube. I don't want to get demonetized again. But you guys know what I mean. He is way ahead of both of those. And now, after 8 years of Trump, we have some of the biggest independent previous Democrats coming over to our side, building a unity party that's going to be, in my opinion, the strongest political party we have seen in 150 years or so. That's what I believe is happening right now. It is going to be a MAGA party that is unified in making America amazing again for everybody, with multiple viewpoints coming in to create great policy and rebuild our nation, rebuild our nation on the Constitution without destroying it. And I'm so here for it, and I really believe this is coming together. And the data backs me up. Actually, the air, because of everybody it was so obvious Trump was going to smash Biden. He was going to destroy him. It was so incredibly obvious. He was so far ahead that people now, the fact that Kamala is just barely up in some polls, it has completely freaked people out because they're just listening to their emotions. But if you go back and you guys who've been watching me know this, but I'm repeating myself for the new people and just to hammer it home again. If you go back to 2016 and 2020, Trump is so far ahead of those that they can barely tweak the polls to get Kamala ahead right now. On top of that, the election rules in the swing states, the laws have been restructured in almost all of them. The Supreme Court has made it harder to cheat. It is getting harder and harder. You have Zuckerbergs pulling out. You have all this stuff happening. And I've been tracking all of it. And the truth is that the environment and the Trump ascendancy and popularity has made it 10 to 25, 30 times harder to win this election through rigging or cheating, whatever, than it was in 2020. And that's how I think. And that's like, to me, when I see all that, and in this environment where the people are so far on the Trump side now and so engaged that it's actually cool to talk about Trump. It's cool to be out there. Breaking every narrative within seconds when they try to lie to us, just blowing it apart. All of that's different. And when you look at all of that, I see this. I see it's actually without something substantial changing in their favor, whether it's Trump making a major mistake, which he won't, or them killing Trump, something like that, or without something like that, I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's possible for them to win this election. I don't. And I think secretly they know that, and they are searching every avenue. They're going to get more and more desperate. They're going to freak out more and more, but I just don't think they can pull it off this time. I think, and it's because of you guys. It's because of people doing shows like I am, you guys talking, you showing up, you learning more, you willing to stand up, work at polls, watch the polls, more knowledge about knowing how like this could have been stolen or whatever. All of that combined tells me we're going to win because the people aren't going to accept it. Thomas says, you remember what I said on rate cut prediction? Yeah, man. Hey, if it cuts in September, you guys got to give it, like, that's one of my best predictions ever, I think, because I predicted it back in December last year. So pretty good. Let's see here. Winged, your GDC profits all went to Finger. Mine too. I snatched up a bunch of Finger today because of my GDC profits. I was very happy about it. Kamal's worse than the Idiocracy movie. Some news came out of 5 million shares being sold from DJT. 5 million? That's not much. It won't hurt it. AC, I've talked about the next golden age coming after Trump wins, but will we see a major downturn of the economy for a couple of years first? Yeah, I've talked about that a lot. So if I'm going to forecast, which I like doing, doesn't mean I'll be right, but what I'm seeing happening and what I believe is coming is I do believe the economy is about to go into major downturn for the next, I don't know when it's going to start. I still think it's going to start this fall. It might not. It might wait till this winter, but it's coming. And when it happens, I think it's going to be massive. I really do. But in that is an opportunity, and it'll be tough. But I think the opportunity is this. We're going to have good people in power with Trump and this team he's building with all the great MAGA people we love, plus now the RFKs, the Tulsis, all them, Elons. These people are going to work to rebuild. And in a bad economy, you'll have opportunity to get stuff done. That you might not have been able to get stuff done when people don't want you touching what's working. So my opinion is this. Economy is going to be rough for anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, in my opinion. And what's going to happen in that time is there's going to be a new foundation being built. A lot of stuff getting done. Laws being passed, executive orders being done, things getting cleaned up, corruption being cleaned up, the border being fixed, all that. And then we'll start seeing the fruit of that. And I really do believe, that the most prosperous age of America is after that, as long as we get Trump. I really do. If we get Kamala, it's the opposite. The economic downturn is going to lead to them having the opportunity to create a more authoritarian state and a deeper welfare state, which will turn into authoritarian state. And they'll usher in light communism until it gets worse and worse. That's what I see if Kamala gets in. And that's why it's such a perfect hinge of history this year, because the economy is actually leading us to a place where whoever is in power next is going to have an inordinate amount of power to change things. But if we get Trump and he fixes all that stuff, cleans up the election stuff, everything, my belief is he rebuilds on top of this with his team, sets a new foundation, and from there, not overturning the Constitution, a constitutional foundation, making America what it's supposed to be. Okay, that's what I mean by new foundation, not the corrupt one we're on, the fake one we're on right now. And moving up from there, I think he's so successful by the end of his second term that J.D. Vance will become a shoo-in. And J.D. Vance will be 43 at the time, perfect age with all this experience being VP. He's very MAGA, and I think we get 4 to 8 years of Vance. And then who knows? Maybe by that time there'll be another party, and there'll actually be stuff worth fighting over, arguing about. But I think MAGA is going to get 12 years. I really do. Williams jokes a lot. He has a bit of a dry sense of humor. He does. And there's been many times I've been told Williams says something. I go back and watch it, and I can tell he's joking. So that is true. Thomas, Ace Ham said his wife put a GTC with finger at 12 per, which makes you think, why not? Yeah, right? I heard him say that. The only way Cackling Witch wins is they let them cheat and she gets arrested shortly with all those involved. Maybe. I don't think that's how it'll go, though. It is about policy, Mark. I agree. Vince, you haven't talked to your parents in 3 years? You found out they voted for Biden and Democrats in Arizona. They've been dead for 4 years, too. That's terrible. Are they really dead, though? Because that'd be sad. I'm sorry for you if they are. Brett, housekeeping alert. Please hit the like and subscribe for an unburdened stream. Yes, I want to be unburdened by what has passed when I was demonetized and all that. So thank you, Brett. Polyon, DJT will get a run when Trump wins. Yes, or before. Trump and the Dream Team or Democrats. They're not. No, I disagree with you. So now what? They're a combination, because part of that dream team to me is Vance. I told you guys he was my number one pick for VP. Part of that dream team is Vivek. Part of that dream team is Kash Patel. Part of that dream team, there's a lot of good conservatives part of this dream team. Okay. Tucker Carlson, even though he's not on the team officially, he's part of what's changing things, getting the word out there. So I disagree with you. It's all Democrats. The one thing that is Democrat, though, is that, and has been for a long time, is that the celebrity has always been on Democrats. So they feel like bigger personalities. And so it feels like a bigger deal when they come over. But, I mean, honestly, the whole administration, I would imagine ultimately is like 5 to 10% of past Democrats. That's it. It's going to mostly still be this conservative MAGA people who really want true, like, America First policies, like that used to be old school Democrat, but also used to be, they took the best of the old school Democrats and the best of the modern conservative Republicans, and they combined them. And that's where we're at. Winged Wolf, Armstrong's video today, Greg Hunter emphasized the need for war to default on this debt. Their plans to default. If we get into World War III, I agree with you, but we won't because of Trump. Unburned from Kamala, exactly. You're stocking up on things like a squirrel hoarding nuts for the winter. Empty Tank. Do I ever see the YouTube polls for president? Every single one I see and do are easily 80% Trump. YouTube bunch of comedy, still 80% for Trump. He easily wins. I agree with you, Empty Tank. Yeah. Even, and I know the Twitter polls, it's a little more right-leaning than YouTube, but not as right-leaning as you think. And you're right. It's everywhere. Anywhere the people actually engage in votes online, Trump's way ahead. Yeah. I know, Al. I know how you feel about William singing. Do I think Charlie Kirk will line up in the administration? Brett, I doubt it. I think Charlie Kirk's making good money doing what he's doing, and I don't think he's interested in being in administration yet. He's a younger guy, young family. He's probably going to enjoy that good life for a while before he serves somewhere. So now, you're pointing out the trio, Trump, Elon, now Kennedy. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's beautiful. So now I agree. Kryptonian, what we got to be prepared for is staying disciplined as they manipulate the timing of the results. That is true. And it's just like watching stock go up and down. That's what it's going to be like on election night. It's going to be frustrating unless, and there is a big unless it's so overwhelming that they can't help but just give in that night. And I think there's actually a chance for that. I really do. I don't think it's going to be. I think everybody's so scarred from 2020, they forget about how good 2016 was. And 2016, guys, if you remember, was much more bleak looking, getting ready for the election than this one is. The difference is that A, we've lived through 2020 now, and that was rough. And we saw what they're capable of. And B, we also know they're more desperate this time because this really is their last chance to keep that party alive the way it is. So we know they're capable of certain things. The question is, can they pull it off? And that's what I'm skeptical about. Katie Cat, what is up? Good to see you with the 5 memberships. Thank you so much. With the 5 memberships, guys, you are now into the members' lives, which we do once a week at least. Last one was last Friday. Welcome. Come on in and enjoy the members' lives and be a part of the funnest, smartest community on YouTube. Sunil Satanka, welcome. Captain June. One Fix-It Man is back. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't talked in a long time. Ryan T. Chris O'Reilly, welcome into the memberships. Good to see you guys. And thank you, Katie, for supporting the channel. Guys, I just want to say your support this month and last month have meant more than ever to me. And the reason is because I've had so many videos demonetized. And because they're demonetized, it's obviously taken a chunk out of what I've earned on ads by doing these lives. And so by your support, you guys are just, it means even more than usual because literally one part is being stolen from me because I'm talking politics. So thank you guys for all your support. Members, you guys support me every month. Thank you so much. All the donations, everything you guys have given. You guys are amazing. I so appreciate it. Because I love doing these and they do take a lot of time and effort. So I greatly appreciate you guys. Everything you pour into this means a lot. It really does. Brett, you're sure California's polls will be closed around 1 o'clock in the market? Yeah, well, California, it's not going to change. Melania for FLOTUS. Richard's insights on GTI tomorrow will be interesting for sure. Oh, thanks, Katie Cat. Appreciate you. She says, I love listening to what you have to say. Let's go Ace and Trump. I appreciate that. Alan, you're waiting for that? You're the ugly guy? Oh, that's rough. So anyways, guys, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. Kids started school today, and also had my 5-year-old's birthday today. So today was a crazy busy day from beginning to end, and we're doing it all again tomorrow. So I'm tired. I'm very tired, but good things are happening, guys. We are winning. The signs of winning are just increasing every day right now. So much momentum on our side in politics, even in the markets. Good things happening all around. So very exciting. These next few months are going to be wild, but I think we're going to have a lot to celebrate. I really do. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And what's this? Petchke says, Kamala going to start civil war, taking our guns. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see how that works. But you're right. She wants to. Yeah. Came for the striptease, stayed for the politics, Anthony. Listen, man. You guys don't want to see the striptease. Trust me on that. AC said, thanks for the bet. My show is the best. Thank you, man. Appreciate that a lot. Got done with the Imagine Dragons concert. That's awesome. All right, let's close out on a prayer, and then we'll do it all again tomorrow. How's that? All right. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Bless everybody here, God. Thank you so much for everything that's going on. I just can see your work and everything. And God, we won't give up. We're going to keep fighting as well. And I know that when we stand up and we fight, you partner with us, whether that's our personal lives, our relationships, or our finances, whatever it is, or for our country, our families, anything. When we rise up, you can rise up with us. And so I thank you for that. Thank you for all you're doing. We pray for an end of corruption in our markets, an end of corruption in our politics. And God, just pray that whatever happens, you give us wisdom to grow and to prosper and help everybody around us through whatever we face. And protect President Trump. God, get him through this election. And just pray that, God, every opportunity they have to try to do anything unfairly in this election, God, would be dealt with and stopped before it happens. And we can have a clean win November 5th that's emphatic and says clearly which way the country needs to go and the people want it to go. And we pray this in Jesus' name. Also pray for healing for Thomas, Mike, and Jenny L. And just heal their bodies. God, be with them. Give them peace and no pain. And anybody else who needs it. Just claim it for yourselves. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Bless you guys. Love you. And see you all tomorrow.